Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Paul Morphy and Samuel Boden. This game was played in London in 1858. Paul Morphy had white pieces and he started with e4. Samuel Boden played e5. By the way, Samuel Boden is known by his famous Boden checkmate. Morphy continued with knight to f3. Knight to c6, defending the pawn, d4, the Scotch game, maybe. E takes on d4, bishop to c4, bishop to c5, defending the pawn. Morphy castled king's side, d6, c3, black to move. Knight to f6 was played, not d takes on c3. C takes on d4, bishop to b6, knight to c3, and Boden castled king's side. White is enjoying more space, even more after this move. d5, attacking the knight. Knight to a5. Perhaps knight to e5 should have been considered. Knight to a5, attacking the bishop, but sending the knight on the edge of the board. Bishop to d3, c5, white to move. White can take en passant, but Morphy played a better move. Bishop to g5, let's take it back. If d takes on c6, then knight takes on c6, and black has a potentially weak pawn on d6. However, the black knight is back in the game, back to our game. Bishop to g5, ignoring en passant. h6, bishop to h4, bishop to g4, asking a question, bishop to h5, white to move. What would you do? Morphy calculated that g4 would be causing no risk to his king, and he played g4. Bishop to g6, queen to d2, rook to e8, rook from a to e1, bishop to c7. White has better placed pieces. Black rook on a8 and the knight on a5 have to find a way to join the party. The game continued. Knight to b5, king to h7, bishop takes on f6, g takes on f6. If queen takes on f6, knight takes on c7. So we have g takes on f6, and the pawn structure around the black king is damaged. Let's see how Morphy takes an advantage of that. The game continued. Knight takes on c7, queen takes on c7, queen to c3, queen to d8, knight to h4, b6. It is white to move. Perhaps knight to f5 was expected, but Morphy played even a better move. Anyway, what would you do in this position if you had white pieces? Morphy played f4, threatening f5, winning the bishop. King to g7, and now instead of f5, knight takes on g6, f takes on g6. White to move. How would you continue now? Perhaps g5 also comes to mind, do you agree? Morphy played e5. Rook to c8, let's take it back. If d takes on e5, one line goes like this. F takes on e5, f takes on e5, rook takes on e5. King to g8, rook to f6, threatening to take on g6, sacrificing the rook. The best move for black is queen takes on f6, but then rook takes rook check, winning the black queen. Back to our game. Rook to c8, bishop to b1, king to f7, e6 check, king to g7, queen to d3, provoking f5. f5 was played. G takes on f5. Queen to f6, let's take it back. If g takes on f5, then queen to g3 check, and after king to f8, queen to g6 check, and after queen to e7, king to h2, and white has a winning position. Back to our game. So we have queen to f6, f takes on g6, Queen takes on b2, f5 threatening f6, queen to f6 blocking f6 pawn push, but we know that queens are notoriously poor blockaders. White to move, how would you continue now? Paul Morphy played e7, c4, let's take it back. If rook takes on e7, rook takes rook check, and after queen takes rook, then f6 check, winning the queen. Back to our game. c4 attacking white queen, queen to g3, c3 threatening c2. Maybe white to move. Should white play bishop to c2, or maybe there is a better move? What would you do? Morphy played rook to e6, attacking the queen, forcing the queen out. Queen to d4 check, queen to f2, queen takes on d5. White to move and to play a move that is asking to be played, and that is f6 check, king to h8. Should white move the rook to a better spot, or maybe there is another move? What would you do in this position if you had white pieces? Morphy played g7 check, king to g8. What now? Morphy played f7 check, and black has only one move, and that is king takes on g7. White to move and to checkmate in one, and the move is queen to f6 checkmate. Take a note how the black knight is looking on the other side. He just couldn't watch the execution of his king. Just kidding. No, I'm not. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.